get this one underway here side by side. This is the Shelby Zavico Sport Mods, and the gentleman on the pole right there, car number 13, Josh Sexton. He's our points leader and has won over 10 feature wins here this year. Darren Sloan, though, been jet fast all night, and that number 19 said fast time. That is himself a very, very strong car there in the 19 Lightning chassis. But right now, all eyes on the CNC Farm sponsor, number 13, Josh Sexton. Behind them, Oscar Marshall, currently running in the third spot. The old three, Tony Sizemore. Oh, the leaders get together over there in 1 and 2. And I think that's going to open things back up for Sizemore and Marshall. They'll be right behind our race leader, Darren Sloan, who will start us back on that Dixie double file restart again. Sloan, second row is Marshall and Sizemore. That puts Sexton to the back with Gary Brent Sloan. A good shot of him there in the GB83. But boy, Sizemore got that high side working for him way on the back stretch, just to the right side of P17. And just as I brag him, he goes a little too high. He slips up to the track, and that opened it up for Sexton. Sexton from 5th to 3rd. 2 cars in front of him. Is he going to be able to pass them? The second one, the first one he would have to get around is the P17 with Oscar Marshall. Marshall in second, but Darren Sloan leading the way. Side by side back there for second. Marshall about midway up the track. Got to be a little higher down here than 1 and 2 to make any distance. Whoa, he jumps way off the track there, does Marshall, and that will open up the door even more for Sexton. And as they race side by side, Darren Sloan loving it as he's pulling away from the second and third place contenders. Sloan has been to the Pro 1 Gutters Winners Circle here earlier this year. Sexton, this lap, going to clear Marshall as he gets around him. But now Marshall not going away without a fight. He's there, and here comes Tony Sizemore as well. Gary Brent Sloan in the heat race hit the berm down in turn 2, and he got an Eel Hamlin car. I feel like he's probably out there just trying to see if he can gain a spot or two and to pick up those points. As the points is coming down to the end, guys. Our points leader is in second, currently second. Our points leader is running in second, I should say. And the gentleman that is second in points, the old 3, Tony Sizemore, is currently in the 4th spot. Gary Brent Sloan is 3rd in points. Pretty sure it's Marshall and Sloan, Darren Sloan, top 5. We'll try to get those for you here in a moment. Run over those, but again, boy, Darren Sloan. I missed his first victory this year at Mount Motor. Actually, with my youth group. I didn't get to be here. But man alive, it'd be a happy time in Combs' Branch, Kentucky. That's in Hyman for this number 19 team, his crew. Some of them down here on the front stretch, trying to show him the distance between he and the 13 car, and the rest of them over there watching from turn 4. But Sloan continues to have a good lead. Here comes Sexton. Sexton's reeling him in, but I think he's going to end up running out of laps if this one stays green. Josh Sexton, again, nobody seemed like has beat him all summer. But, oh my, just as I bragged on him, he slows down. Don't look good either. You zoom in there and see that right front tire is toed out. And that's probably going to bring number 13's night to an end, guys. Let's take a break. We'll be back here on Hometown Sports Corner. Guys, I want to give a shout out to Quantum Healthcare. They are our sponsors here for the Fast Time. They do all of our qualifying is sponsored by Quantum Healthcare. Good sponsors of mine here on Hometown Sports Corner is Hot Rods Pizza. They've been with me from the very moment that I began this show, and I thank Hot Rods Pizza for doing that. New sponsor this year, but good friends of mine for a long time, that Tim Short Automotive Group. Thank you so much to all of those guys. In Cosby Creek Cabins in Cosby, Tennessee. Great sponsors of ours here. Glad to have them. Now, guys, we're going to zoom in over here and get Darren Sloan as he brings the field back to the start-finish line down to 4 cars. As we said, Josh Sexton broke. So points up for Graham Circle for Sizemore, who's running second. But all of these guys, as Sexton, are going to be able, again, to get a 5th place finish. But first DNF, to my knowledge, of the year for the 13 team. Darren Sloan, man, he got himself a rocket there as he leads them again out of that double file restart, pulls away from them. But nobody able to gain any room in the 2nd place spot. Tony Sizemore and Oscar Marshall just racing down the backstretch side by side. Boy, that's a fun race right there. As we see 2 to go from the Flagman Tiny Cotter. Gary Brent Sloan in the 4th spot. Marshall able to get around Sizemore. We're coming up, it'll be the white flag next time by for the guys here in this one. Again, white flag flies for Sloan one more time around the speedway. He puts that Noah's Fortnite Smith Builders Construction. Sloan heating and cooling, number 19 in the winner's circle. Congratulations to crew chief Darrell Sloan and the driver Darren Sloan, as those guys take the win. Good run there for Marshall. He finishes 2nd. Sizemore and Sloan would be 3rd and 4th. Sexton rounds out the top 5. Here's what Darren said about tonight's win.
Hey, now, we've been waiting a while on this one. He won his first one, and I wasn't here. And so now he went to the winner's circle. Congratulations, brother. I'm very, very happy and proud of you.
Thanks, man. It's getting that first one off our back was huge. It was just, it seemed like for years we had it coming. But, man, this one tonight, that's what I told Dad. I said it's just something different. I was calm, cool in the car, never got excited, and I guess it paid off.
Well, I'll tell you something, too, Darren. You were good from the get-go. I mean, from the time that you hit the track tonight, I felt like your car had something special for you.
Yeah, I made a trip down to Kevin Hall this week. Kevin really helped me a lot on some back of my springs I was doing wrong, and moved a couple bars where he had his at, so I felt really comfortable in the car tonight. We got a little bit tight. We didn't make no changes from the hot laps to the heat race, and I got a little bit tight, and Juicy got under me and got by me, but we freed the car up. Actually, I know it sounds crazy. A lot of guys tighten the car up for the feature. I freed it up a little bit more, and that's how I like driving mine, though, hanging out like that.
And again, Darren, I'm going to sound like an old goat, but now I remember when you was this little.
Yeah.
To get to do this, man, with your family and friends, that means something, right, brother?
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing it without these guys. There's so many people that has part in this, and I always said growing up that, me and Dad, we always, he was always the best dad ever was, but, man, when we started racing, we got bonded, and, I told him, get ready next year, you're going down the road about a mile to the go-kart track, and he wants to, and he's ready for it. He's 2 for 2, Jamie, in the bicycle race over here this year.
Hey, can I tell you something that nobody else in the world knows? I hope by the time you're in a go-kart, you're doing it here. Wouldn't it be neat? Get a race right here. We'll talk more about that when you get a couple more years old. Darren, you can't do this without good help. We'll get to your help and your sponsors. But me and you, I know I can do this with you. We got to thank the good Lord above, first of all, for everything he does for us.
Yeah, I always want to thank him. He's been so good to me and allowed me, Jamie, to stay healthy and woke me up. And he's the best thing ever happened to me. And I know a lot of people probably think it's foolish, but every time I sit in that staging lane over there, I always bow my head down and know I got somebody riding with me in the Lord.
I agree 100%. That's not foolish. That's one of the wisest things I've ever had said on the microphone. But now let's turn our attention to Mo, Larry, Curly, and the girls over here. Let's thank your help, Darren.
Yeah. Man, first of all, I got to thank my dad. I wouldn't be here without him. Man, he got stage 3 black lung, can't hardly breathe, and he lays in the garage day in and day out, daylight to dark, doing stuff on the car. And he's took money before Jamie that he needed just to make me race, and I'll never be able to pay him back for that. But these boys here couldn't do it without him. Byron, me and him was at the garage this morning at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we lifted the drive line up to put it in the car. And my transmission was loose, and I said, that ain't good. And I got looking, and my bell housing was cracked down the middle, and I didn't even think we'd make it today. But we worked so hard to get that here, and Sean and James do their part here at the track. My old buddy Joe, he's in lockdown right now in quarantine. He missed it tonight, but I know he was excited back at home wherever he's at. And I got to thank my wife. She I hear these racers all the time, Jamie, talking. I'm honest with you. Me and her have been together 8 years and have raced all 8 years of it, and never one time has she ever questioned money goes. You know, she says we got to have it. You know, go buy it, and that's huge.
You and me were coming back from Jackson back in the winter, and you said another fun thing this year. My father-in-law was going to help me, and he made a difference in this team too, Darren.
Yeah, Ralph, he couldn't be here tonight. He was sick. And man, that's the one thing I hate about it. You always think you forget somebody.
No, we all
but
good.
yeah, but Ralph is man, he was in the game 10 years ago, and he's adapting to the things the way he does. But some things he does on his car, Jamie, I'll sit down and start scratching my head and be like, what is he doing? And go out there, and it's a different ball game. Man, he knows what he's doing. So yeah, Ralph has come up and done many hours. And my sponsors on this thing, Jamie, is Adam Sloan Heating and Cooling. He helps me out quite a bit. And got an old van up there this week. Bub caught it, the toter. We got it off Adam, man. He gave me a heck of a deal on that thing to throw our parts in. Mel's Country Diner. Noah's, what is it? Noah's TikTok.
Fortnite.
Noah's Fortnite.
Get it right, Darren.
Noah's Fortnite and Macy's TikTok.
Yeah.
And then
Hey.
Bobby Smith's engines. We got
And then,
Bobby.
of course, Smith Brothers Builders. Listen, he's a sponsor, but I believe his wife's the bigger fan. She was texting me. She couldn't be here, but she said, man, I wish I was. And they've come on board, and I know they're special people for you, and we're glad to have them, too.
Yeah, Brent and Smith Boys Construction. He is, me and him, man, has just got bonded, Jamie, the past couple of months, and he has helped me out tremendously. He's brought oil to the garage and filters and just helped us out with so much stuff. But his words of encouragement is more than what the material things he brings, you know. So I love Brent and Heather to death. And like I said, I got to thank Bobby Smith for this motor.
Yeah, and Jamie, I got to thank my little buddy Parker Cottle. He's been on everything I've ever had since I've been racing. You know, he comes up here at the garage and the race day and helps load cars and rides the track with it and does what he can. He would have been here tonight, but he's down the road racing. And I reckon he got the win down there too, so I'm proud of him. I'm glad he's following in the footsteps, and I believe one of these days he's going to be he's going to have a big name in this dirt track racing if he stays with it. But yeah, we won't be able to do it without him either.
He built a heck of a motor here. I knew if we could get this car lined out halfway decent, we could show what it had.
Darren, again, I just want to say how proud I am of you, man, and we'll do this again.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, John.